What up, everybody? Tom coming back at you with 182 albums that I have never listened to. Today is number 7. And I was going to put this one off for a while, but my buddy decided to bug me about it. And so I broke down and I listened to it. The band is Dream Theater. Dream Theater is a band out of Boston, Massachusetts, which was formed in 1985. And the album in which he wanted me to listen to is entitled Metropolis Part 2. Scenes from a Memory. I am telling you right now, if you love albums that tell a story, you need to listen to this album. I love an album that can tell a story from the first track to the last track. Styx did it with Paradise Theater and Mr. Roboto. Wasp had done it with Crimson Idol. Pink Floyd did it with The Wall. And I love those albums. I love an album that can tell a story, or I like to call a rock opera. And listening to this album, knowing full force it was a story album to begin with, because my friend told me so. I loved it. I loved it. I even went to Wikipedia to see if there was a live version that was ever released of this that could give visuals to the story that is being told. And they did. In 2000, they released it was at the time VHS, but then they released the DVD called Metropolis 2000, and it was just the live show that they had actually filmed some parts of the story to, and then they showed it on the back behind them. And there's no new real releases of it, so I went to YouTube and caught a release of it, and I loved it. Watching it adds more to it. I'm going to be honest, I was going to be a petty man, and just because my friend was all like, this album is the greatest album of all time. This album is the number 10. You have to base all albums that you listen to off of this album. I was going to be petty and give it like a 9.8, just to be petty. I can't. This is a 10. This is a solid 10 of an album. And I highly recommend, if you love albums that tell a story, if you want to have feelings while listening to music, listen to this album. It is a very instrumental album. It is hard. Like the drums hit hard. There's some really good guitar riffs, but yet sometimes it sounds like a video game music being played in the background. There's like even an old western timey silent reel sound going on of, do 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 do. Like it's I kid you not. This album just hits so hard on so many levels. And I am glad I hit it so early, but that might be a downfall because now I'm kind of basing a lot of things like, this is the first 10 out of 10. It's, how do I judge higher than that if I hit something? But I kind of judge things in different ways than just how good it is. This bumped it up because of the video. Like, me being able to visually see the story at the same time just made it so much better. So, with that said, Dream Theater, which I am going to be listening to more of their stuff because I absolutely loved this album. And if any of their other stuff is even half as good as this album, I'm going to be very happy. But Dream Theater, Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory. 10 out of 10. And with that said, until next time, guys.